everybody! Unless of course you're watching this in the evening, in that case, good evening. And you are watching Time Travel TV, and today we're talking about the 1912 Olympics, which was held in the capital of Sweden, Stockholm! I think we all love Sweden, don't we? I mean, you get IKEA, you get ABBA, you get waffles, everybody loves Sweden, and I especially love the 1912 Olympics. 28 nations participated, 104 events, 14 sports, 2,406 athletes, 47 of them women and 2,359 of them men, so an even gender balance all round. It was opened by King Gustav V on the 6th of July 1912, and it was closed on the 22nd of July 1912. Now let's have a look at some of the gymnastics and javelin throwing, or just a quick heads up, they called it dart throwing back then. Don't know why, we just did. Now in that, I love the way the javelin officials stand in front of the people throwing the javelins, because that's not dangerous, is it? And now we're going to have a look at the 5,000 metre, the finals of the 5,000 metre, which should really make the hair stand up on the back of your necks. So, the Stockholm Olympics saw two of the greatest Olympians of all time compete. People whose names you probably should be familiar with. First was Jim Thorpe, who was a Native American who competed in the Decathlon, winning the gold medal. He was absolutely brilliant, this guy. His shoes were stolen just before he was about to compete. So he managed to scavenge some more shoes out of a bin, but one shoe was too big. So he put more socks on that foot in order to make up for that fact. And he managed to win the gold medal, which is absolutely brilliant. The other was Shizo kanakuri, who was he was a Japanese person. He was favourite to win the marathon, except he didn't. He had to pull out halfway through. He went home to absolute disgrace. People said, "You coward, you should have finished the marathon." And he had to live the rest of his life in disgrace. Although people started to realise that he was actually quite good, and if it wasn't for the fact it was very hot on that day, over 30 degrees, and that's not good temperature to run a marathon in. Anyway, what happened was, eventually they realised that he technically never stopped running the marathon. He technically was still running it. So they decided to get him to complete the marathon. So now he holds the world record for the longest amount of time it took ever to do an Olympic marathon. At 54 years, 8 months, 6 days, 5 hours, 32 minutes and 2 seconds. So try and beat that record! Anyway, so at the top of the medal table at the end of it was the USA with 63 medals. Sweden came second with 65 medals. USA won more gold, so that's why they're at the top, not Sweden. And the UK, or Great Britain, I should rather say, came third with 41 medals. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to Time Travel TV. And I'll see you next time. Cheerio.